So I wanted to begin by explaining how I went about approaching the sports psychology concept map. So as many of you guys know, I grew up doing competitive gymnastics. After taking this course in sports psychology, I can see many of the constructs in my real life. I wanted to use this project to help me understand why I quit when I did, and if there were certain reasons as to why I quit gymnastics earlier than I would have liked to. Here's the map that I came up with. The black constructs are mainly just inherent things that everyone has to some degree on the continuum. Pink are some possible results that people may have to some degree when they participate in sports. Purple is a deliberate choice that one might have to make, and the only one here would be sport specialization. And then gray is construct descriptors. The first link I looked at was between perfectionism and anxiety. Research has shown that perfectionistic concerns is positively correlated with cognitive and somatic anxiety. Some research has shown that perfectionistic strivings are negatively associated with symptoms of both cognitive and somatic anxiety, but more research needs to be done in that area. The next link I looked at was between perfectionism and burnout. Research shows that perfectionism is positively associated to burnout, specifically perfectionistic concerns. Some research even shows that stress is a mediator between perfectionism and burnout. That means that the perfectionistic concerns lead to stress, which in the end can lead to burnout. The next link I looked at was between sport specialization and burnout. Early sport specializers reported higher levels of maladaptive psychosocial outcomes, which included burnout. The next link I looked at was between perfectionism and self-esteem. Perfectionism can be adaptive or maladaptive. If maladaptive behavior occurs, research has shown it correlates to lower levels of self-esteem. The last link I looked at was between perfectionism and motivation. Motivation is very important to predict behavior and performance. Perfectionism can be seen as either motivating or demotivating. In one of the studies that I looked at, the researchers labeled motivation as a mediator between perfectionism and burnout, while another study labeled perfectionism tendencies as a motivational standpoint and creates drive. Overall, I was able to find many links throughout the constructs, but I only was able to scratch the surface. One construct that I also feel is really important is self-efficacy. I personally think that everything you do comes down to what you think you are capable of doing yourself. Thanks for watching, and I hope this gives you some insight in how I view some constructs of sports psychology.